Did I marry my wife? Interesting question. It has an answer. I'll let you decide what it is. Deal? Put a pin in that. I have no religious beliefs, but between the years of 2007 and 2014, I missed church maybe twice. I got to Atlanta in 2007. My wife and my son wasn't here yet. The idea was that I was supposed to get everything together and then they would come in about 6 months. Well, I ran out of money twice in those 6 months, but they did eventually come, and I started having a really hard time. And so I leaned on what I saw everybody else leaning on when I was growing up, religion. I pulled out my Bible and I started reading it every day. And while at that particular time, my children's mother had no religious belief, she saw what I was on and she got interested. A really long story short, we wound up at a local church. Church was really nice. I met a lot of nice people. They helped me out in more ways than I have time to mention here today. Very, very wonderful people. I even became really good friends with the pastor. To this day, we're really good friends. And to this day, I still have really good friends from that church. Really, 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 really great people. Always felt safe with my wife and my kids. You'll see why I keep saying it that way soon. Always felt safe with them around my wife and my kids. And yeah, it was a really big benefit. One of the biggest benefits is that we were a part of what they call a small group. If you've been in a large church, you know what this is. It's where people break off into essentially smaller churches and they kind of do life together, as it were. And so our group had probably 9 or 10 people in it. Myself and my wife and my then just one child were the only family unit within this group. We were the only ones that had a small child. And because of that, I gained sort of an identity within the group. I was a father, a husband, a family man. There was a lot of prestige that came with that role, and I appreciated the prestige and I took it. I was happy to have it. Anyhow, after a while, some years even, the group disbanded. That's the best way to say it. It disbanded. I believe all small groups disband at some point. This one disbanded. Towards the end of the group, before it ended, my wife and I at that particular time started having a tough time. And we were having that we don't want to be together talk anymore. But we didn't want to disappoint the group. So we played it off really, really well. Like people had no idea we were struggling and having hard times. So the group disbanded. We went on our way. I lost my accountability group. I lost the small group that made the role of father and husband important to me. The people who respected me because of that were no longer around me on a weekly basis. And so I was more willing to let it go. A way longer story short, some people in the church, some trusted people, began to find out that things were rough between the two of us, and they started reaching out. Some of them reaching out to her, some reaching out to me, some reaching out to the both of us. We eventually had counseling with the pastor. A couple of sessions, they did not go well. Okay? And I told the pastor that, man, I'm kind of on my last leg with this. I think I'm going to let it go. He pushes back on me. He says, I want you to talk to this other guy. This other guy runs a men's group. He's really good. I think he can probably help you. Work on you, Mark. Work on you. So we sets it up. I start going in for sessions with this guy. And the sessions were good. We may have done 4 or 5 sessions. The first couple, we were just talking, just kind of getting it all out on the table. He's giving me his feedback. Cool. Now, in about the 3rd, 4th session, he leaned in on me. He started telling me, Mark, God hates divorce. And you did take a vow before God. And that's where I had to stop him. I told him I actually didn't take a vow before God. He said, what do you mean? I said, overseas, in order to get married, all you had to do was go down to the city office, get paperwork agreeing that you were married, get that translated, take it to the base. They accepted that as a marriage license, and you were married. Yeah, he didn't know how to reply either. And there went the meetings. And it was something I really struggled with at the end of the day. You see, I married my wife because, well, look, I'm going to just tell you, it was expensive to take care of a family in Tokyo, Japan. And the military would pay me a lot more money if she was my dependent. They would give me additional housing money. I'm talking a good percentage more than I was actually making. And while she was going to the doctor off base, they had a copay. But here's the thing about overseas versus here. If you're pregnant here and it's without complication, you see the doctor probably once a trimester. Overseas in some places, like where I was, they saw the doctor every week. You might say $100 copay, it's not a big deal. It is if you're going every week and now she's 6 months pregnant. It starts to add up. Every now and again she needs medicine. You got to pay the copay for that too. And I knew that if I can get on that base, it would be for free. It sounds horrible to say, but it's just the truth of what it was. I wouldn't make those decisions anymore. The gentleman that I'm talking about is somebody that I used to be. So please just accept this as raw honesty. Does not mean I did not care for my kid's mom. It does not mean that I didn't love her, because I did. But the truth is I wanted some assistance. I was due to be in Japan for another few years anyway. It didn't really seem like that big of a deal to me at that time. So I said I was going to let you decide. What do you think? Did I marry my second wife or nah? I am MRK SX. You are listening to or watching Confessions of a Failed Family Man. If you made it this far, you have not yet, please subscribe. Please hit the like button. I could have said that at the beginning, but I'm interested in people who really are interested in these stories, so I'm telling you now. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, share. Please share this. I'm really trying to build a community. I have a lot of great ideas. I have other people working with me right now, and they're really paying attention to what I'm doing to see if it's worth it to work with me. Just do me a favor and look out for you, boy, okay? Now, there is merch attached to this video. If you just look down, please look around. If you like something and you want to support, please cop it. I also am a musician. Got a whole bunch of stuff coming, and I want to make sure you know about it. If you could please go to www.mrksx.com. It's in the description, and sign up on the mailing list. I'll make sure I stay in touch with you. The music sounds like how I talk. There is no bait and switch. All of the stuff I'm talking about is in the music, the temperament and everything. All right? I'll see you all tomorrow.